theme of tonight is called Because Tomorrow. And it's another iteration of our collective tales. We do this once a month where we get, you beautiful folks to come through and share your experiences, share your stories, personal stories, emotional stories, gut-wrenching, comedic, horrifying, whatever, just to entertain us here.
We're going to be talking about what you think the future holds for yourself, for Brooklyn, for transportation, for food, diet, for whatever you think. What's the realest thing happening in this community right now?
So my name is Gabriel. I just heard, I saw that ICE was taking people from Franklin, they were going into the different restaurants earlier today on all this strip in Franklin, and they were just taking people that were working at the restaurants. I saw they arrested 3 people just to take for working.
Knowing your rights and sharing that with other people, but it seems like the state doesn't, or at least even ICE doesn't care about that. It's what's the sense, right? Or the city will be like, oh yeah, you can go into the school now because we want to work with you.
My concern is not so much as in crime, right? Just more as how we keep each other safe when the state is coming for us at any given point for no reason.
Well, as many as I've lived here, the crime rate is not very high. And your comment about people helping each other, that's very prevalent. Everybody here tries to help each other out.
When I think of community safety, I think about how our so-called leaders, right, lead by example, by showing what we should be doing on the ground. And I think where that, the explosion of that is what happened in LA.
Just a sense of community. There's also a really, I'd say intentional fusion between social and having, impactful, conversation, which I really appreciate a lot.
If community members can build human chains around people, with what happened with Brad Lander at Ice Court the other day, right? That's an example of what we should be doing, but the minimum of what politicians should be doing to protect people from the federal government.
So I came to New York in 1970. My mother was here, and she came here in 1966. So we landed here in July of 1970, coming from the Caribbean, I'm from Grenada. So it was kind of shocking because at home you had your own place and spacious and stuff like that. Here you're coming to be in an apartment. At that time, my mother could only afford I think it was a 1-bedroom maybe, or a 1.5 bedroom, I think that was.
There's probably a Brooklyn sound. There's not one that I'm aware of right now, but I'm sure in 10 years we can all look back and say, oh, there was certainly some people going on. I don't know if it's any good or not either. I feel like I see a lot of shit as well. But that's a part of being involved in something, is that there's a narcissism of small differences. So by being a part of the music world, most of it is gripe about it.
And he's really struggled the last few years deeply with mental health, addiction, and I just think about it all the time. Especially these days, we're going through kind of a rough patch right now.
I try to think about all the upsides of this breakup. I don't have to think about a boyfriend at home. I can pursue a career without, I don't have to worry about choosing between a boyfriend and a career here anymore.
It's kind of spiked in the last couple of months. So I think about it all the time, and we went to social work school, which is why I moved to New York. And so I guess if I'm moving sort of tomorrow oriented, I would say that there's just not a lot of systems in place and structures in place for when people are not sure if they want to live, and without taking away like their agency, their community, their connections, their freedom.
Brooklyn in particular does feel very homey, so it's been an easier transition moving to a place like Flatbush, and getting to meet a lot of people and build a community here a lot easier than I think I would have anywhere else.
I think I would be very content with a life where I just had enough time to make music and